Today, Liss and I are going to explore the topic of stabilization and truth. Can the truth be stabilizing? Is there something incredibly stabilizing about telling the truth, even if it's a little messy, even if it's really messy?
Hi, and welcome to Light for Life. If you are returning to our channel, thank you. We value and appreciate you. If you are new here, you are most welcome. I am Liz. I'm a science of mind practitioner and a teacher of various healing modalities applicable to all aspects of the self and this life.
And I am Lori. I am a holistic wellness researcher and educator. Welcome to Connections with Liss and Lori. Is there quiet power in being not only honest with yourself? I'm certainly hoping that we can all come to a place where we're honest with ourselves, but how we can stand firm in our own truth when we have to encounter others that might be a little destabilizing in the moment. Can we stay stable in our truth, even when the ground might feel a little shaky? The conversation might feel a little too intense for our nervous system. The person that we might be interacting with uh, has a lot of authority, perhaps a supervisor, perhaps a CEO. And does that truth help you stabilize your body and regulate better than denial or some other kind of people-pleasing performance?
My point of view, the only thing that is stabilizing, the only thing that is stable, the only thing that can stabilize us is the truth. Because you see, lies aren't words. Lies aren't just things we think and things we say. Lies are a state of being. And by definition, it is wobbly because it's not based on anything. So those who are not honest with themselves literally cannot be honest with you. So the only thing that provides stability, not just in the self and in relationships, but in life, is the truth. Because the truth is light. So if I am source light, then my light goes before me. And I step into that light in my life. The truth needs no defense. It just is. It just stands like the light just shines. The light doesn't have to fight a shadow to make it go away. The light just exists and the shadow is gone. And the truth is the same. I don't have to defend the truth. I don't have to fight for the truth. I don't have to make excuses for the truth. The truth just is. There's nothing more stable than that. So if that is my foundation in myself, and I am constantly endeavoring to be entirely honest with myself, then I must naturally be honest with you. But there's cruelty in that honesty. It's virtuous because it's coming from the light of truth. So even if I have to say something that might be difficult to hear, something that is potentially hurtful, there is a way that the truth speaks that you're able to receive it.
But don't you have to also have that honesty within yourselves? So I'm always playing devil's advocate when I'm listening to you. And I think, what about people that don't even know that they're not honest with themselves and therefore not being honest with you? They don't even know themselves well enough to know they're not in their truth. So when they interact with you and you, do you see where I'm going with this?
I do.
Um,
And the short answer to that, honey, is that's unwellness. And so it's incumbent on us to know if we are in the sober light of truth and we are mindful and we are aware and we claim to be connected to our essence and our core, then it is incumbent on us to have grace and mercy for those who are literally lost in believing their own lies. Because that's the thing, it is true to them, even though it has no relationship to the truth. Most people don't walk around consciously believing lies and choosing to think in falsehoods and express untruths. Most people believe their own lies. It's mental and emotional unwellness. It's psychosis. And unfortunately, that is profoundly common in the spiritual realm. Because you see, there's a form of delusion that's very positive. It's in the light. So I can tell myself something is true because I'm manifesting it for myself and I'm trusting that I am aligning with that and it's going to be my reality. But there is a shadow form of that is actual psychosis, where I'm completely disconnected from reality entirely and I'm unaware that I am. And so the test for that is how successful are you in real life? If I'm not sure that I'm having a positive delusion or I might be in psychosis, well, how's it working for you? Because the truth is what works. It's really simple. So if I've been doing something for 10 years and it's still not working, then I'm probably in psychosis because there's no connection to reality. If I'm manifesting a positive delusion, it would have pitched up by now. It would be real in my life. Because the truth is light and light travels fast. So light's not going to take a decade to manifest, right?
so then would it be the alignment with that light that supports the manifestation of that that thing or that outcome or that goal? It's all about alignment, yes.
For me, absolutely, yes. I would go even further. We can align with something as though it is external to ourselves. And that is step one. But then we also have to integrate that within our own energetic body. We have to quantum entangle with it. And once we have done that, then we can physically embody it. And once we have done that, then we can fully identify with it. And the minute we've done all that, then it must reflect in our reality. It can't do anything else. But if I'm just telling myself that I am in alignment and I am in alignment and I am in alignment, but it isn't in my reality, then I am kidding myself that I am in alignment. Because you see, alignment depends on complete congruency. So my thoughts must match it, my feelings must match it, my energy must match it, and my actions must match it. Don't sit around saying, I am aligned with divine love, the highest divine love, and there's zero evidence of love in my life. What loving things do I do? We can't
Yeah.
kid ourselves about that.
Well, and I'm glad that you brought up the kind of the new age spiritual circle because there are so many people who believe that they have completely transcended the human experience and they've manifested this whole whatever. I'm not going to draw a picture for whatever it is that they've manifested. But the truth is that there isn't anything in their life that reflects that. And it's a bit of an empty shell that they, I don't know, it makes me think of spiritual bypassing in a way, that they feel as though they have transcended humanity so far that they are, just in the light all of the time, and that's their extension of love. While we're still in a body, it makes sense to me to go ahead and distribute that to other people that are also appearing to still be vibrating at a quantum speed so quickly that we do still appear to be in a body. So it's probably worthy of staying in touch with others, so to speak.
Exactly, honey, because it's like that famous thing of praying for a starving person. I mean, that's lovely, thank you. But can you maybe give them an apple as well? You know?
Yeah.
It's really no different. It's like, yes, by all means pray, but do something loving, do something kind. If you don't have an apple, perhaps then you could go out of your way to try and get an apple for them from someone else. There's always something we can do, but if we do nothing other than sit in our, I often refer to it as woo-woo light, and woo-woo light is fine, woo-woo light is fun, but then there's woo-woo off a cliff, and that's no good for anybody, including, ironically, the person who's off the cliff. And it's the blind leading the blind. No one's going to get anywhere. And very often, the cruelest acts, the things that are the most lacking in compassion, the most unkind and inconsiderate deeds, are done by those who are walking around going, just my opinion.
I share your opinion. I do think there is a little bit of a disconnect there between, the people that are of this world but refuse to be in it. Um, and I'm speaking from my own experience here too. There were many, many years where I really did not want to be in the human population. There were a lot of things about humanity that I just didn't understand, and I found it all very disappointing. And I just wanted to go sit on a mountain somewhere and meditate. But I guess the truth walk is to integrate what we feel and what we know into what we're experiencing in this world of duality. I think it was the previous recording that you said this is a world of duality. There will always be equal and opposite reactions. So avoiding any of the opposite reactions to what you're feeling. I mean, I do feel like there are a lot of us that feel a, a world that is harmonious and that is joyous and peaceful and loving, and communication is easy and effortless, but we don't always see that around us. So for me, it was learning how to bridge what I considered home within myself and within my heart, or perhaps some people might think, from wherever it is our home planet is, whatever it is that you think. But there was a deep harmonious feeling that I carried with me, and joy and peace and a lot of love. And I just couldn't find it here. So I was pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, pulling back. And what I needed to do was dive in further and a little further and a little further and extend what I was feeling out, not being attached to anyone else picking up what I was putting down. And I think maybe that's the trick. What say you?
I say that it's absolutely beautiful and miraculous and wonderful to be able to hold that light and joy and harmony. But then we're supposed to take it to the trenches. We're supposed to get in the muck and the filth and the mire and still be able to hold our joy, our harmony, our light, our bliss. Because if it's never tested, how real is it? And if it's never shared, then it's just selfishness wearing a cloak of light.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so none of us do that perfectly, right? We're all human. None of us do that perfectly. But I can say in my own life that I have attempted to do that. I have attempted to make a difference to the things that I genuinely care about. Not because I'm trying to be a good person, but because my truth is that's what love would do. And if I don't do what love would do, then I'm not love. Things are pretty simple in my world.
And I personally had to learn not to be attached to any sort of outcome. This was really all about me. And and I go back to the title of this, stabilizing what I wanted to see in this world. Stabilizing not every moment. I mean, I've but face planted so many times I can't even count, but stabilizing the joy and the peace and the harmony that I really truly did desire and that I really did truly feel, like you said, in the muck, and not being attached to whether or not I could influence the muck at all. It was just about me and me being stable, and it's okay. This muck is okay because I'm okay. They can go ahead and muck all day long if they have to, but I am going to be that stable force for me. And ultimately, it took me so many years to learn this. I'm still learning it some days. Ultimately, that's the only thing I think we can do is to be our own rock, to be our own joy, to be our own love, to be our own peace, or, to tap into source love that is always there and always a part of us, even in the muck, even in the challenges and the struggles and the humanity of it all. And what happens if more and more and more of us can be our own stable rock? Can we influence the muck?
Oh, absolutely. Like your little tagline for this episode, transcending bullshit. And that's what we want to do. We're not here to transcend being human. We're not here to transcend legitimate needs and wants and life stuff. But we are here to transcend the BS. Because the thing is, if I am source and source is light, it is a field that just flows. It's so natural. It's effortless, like a river. Whereas a force field is exactly that. Whether it's false light or dark, there's always a force behind it. Where we're determined to change this muck. I think of activists. And that energy of fight, that energy of resistance, just creates more of itself. It just creates more BS. But if we can transcend that, if we can look at it through the eyes of love, through the eyes of God, through the eyes of Source, if we can see it how life sees it, then we realize it's just a little bit of mud. The river can wash it away like this. It doesn't even matter. And so, yes, that is the stability that the truth can offer us, I think. It's a perspective.
But a knowing as well, right? A knowing that when we're in the light, there is a knowing that we are standing in our truth.
Absolutely.
Thank you for connecting with Light for Life. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to work with one of us, you can find our contact information in the About section.
Please share your insights, your questions, and your comments with us. We value your feedback. And we really hope that we will see you for our next episode. We upload one every Thursday.
Until we connect again, we send you love and light.